Gervonta that I'm gonna see. I'm gonna make sure I like do what I'm supposed to so I can be the best I can. I'm Gucci.
70-46.
Thank you. See you tomorrow. A lifetime shot. I'm excited, man. I'm definitely taking this very seriously, but as I continue to get close to the fight, I'm just being myself.
Gervonta Davis has increased the intensity of his training as talk of a potential fight with Shakur Stevenson grows, focusing on sharpening details through a strict high-pressure camp. Gervonta continues to focus on discipline and hard work in camp, staying sharp under pressure while refining important areas ahead of fight night. Tank's coach Calvin Ford feels that Gervonta Davis has evolved since his most recent fight, noting that experiences outside the ring have contributed to noticeable changes in him as a fighter.
I just know that he's not the same person that we seen the last time we seen him in the ring. Been through a lot of stuff. Watching him making the transition coming from being incarcerated to now and dealing with courts. Dealing with that type of stuff, because that's a trauma to have for you if you ever been through that type of stuff.
Furthermore, Gervonta Davis is viewed as a fighter who thrives under the spotlight, bringing a strong sense of pride and responsibility into every performance on the big stage.
Just don't want to look bad come fight night. My biggest fear has been embarrassed, especially in front of like all these people, like worldwide. Then you be like, come this mean for deck, like, you know? Like, I ain't got time for that. I'm not trying to go out get my butt kicked, like, bad. Like, I can't do it. I don't want to be embarrassed, bro. It's just my pride. Some people be made for it, some people don't. It's not going to win. You better be ready.
Meanwhile, Gervonta's next opponent is yet to be announced, though rumors continue to link him with a potential fight against Shakur Stevenson. Amid the ongoing speculation, Stevenson is keeping himself in shape and staying prepared. Shakur is back in the gym, working to rebuild rhythm and maintain focus as he prepares for his next potential challenge. In a recent interview, Shakur Stevenson recently stated that he wants to be part of the biggest possible fights in boxing, mentioning several top names, including Gervonta Davis, as potential opponents. He added that he is willing to face anyone meaningful in order to establish himself as the best in the sport.
Make the biggest fight in boxing happen.
The biggest fight in boxing happen, okay. I guess whatever our interpretation of that would give us the answer, but I don't know what you consider the biggest fight in boxing.
It ain't about what I consider the biggest fight in boxing. It's what y'all consider the biggest fight in boxing. So y'all know what that means.
Is it Tank Davis?
Like I said, I would like to make the biggest fight in boxing happen.
Holy smokes. That would be something. The bottom line is you have a lot of great options right now. Do you agree?
Yes.
There's a lot of big names that we've just discussed, and any one of those would be pretty damn big.
Yeah, like I said, I'm down with whatever, whatever makes sense. But once again, I would love to make the biggest and best fights happen. I would love to make the most competitive fights happen. And I would love to show the world why I am the best fighter in the sport of boxing.
Two last things.
Shakur coach Wally Moses confirmed that Shakur Stevenson's next opponent is still undecided but close to being finalized. He added that camp is going well, with Stevenson training hard and staying fully focused. Moses also described him as an elite fighter who has consistently been viewed as one of the best.
We don't know exactly who that is, but I'm pretty sure Shakur is going to make a decision before the fight's over, but he has a few people in mind. So far, camp has been going great, you know, looking at the anticipation of the things that's coming forward. You know, we're not looking past anybody, but, you know, he's been working very hard, and he's been in the gym a very good amount of time, and, you know, I think he's taking this fight just as seriously as he would take any other fight, if not more. So I know for sure that I could say he's going to be ready. Well, you know, that's the thing about it, you know, everybody going to always have their own opinions, but if you look at the crowd and the guy that's out there right now, Shakur has been the elite one. Shakur has been number one through all of their careers.
On the other hand, Oscar De La Hoya praised Gervonta Davis for his skill, power, and ability to solve opponents in the ring. He highlighted that Davis's willingness to engage and fight makes him exciting, even if it means getting hit in the process. De La Hoya added that this aggressive mentality is what makes Davis a standout star in boxing.
Like I said, is very skillful. He's a beast. He knows how to figure you out. But one thing about Tank, which I love, and this is why he's gonna be great, because he fights. And when you fight, you're gonna get hit. And when you fight, you're gonna get hit and you might get knocked out. But that's the beauty about Tank.
That's why
he
they love
fights, and that's why they love him. That's a perfect example.
Right.
Tank Davis is a star.
On the other hand, Keyshawn Davis believes many fans see Shakur Stevenson as extremely hard to beat, especially in discussions around potential fights like a clash with Gervonta Davis. He added that it's not a one-sided opinion, as Stevenson's rise in weight and physical development has made those matchups feel more competitive and open to debate.
For one, I really think the fans don't really see nobody beating Shakur. For one, like, when people bring up him and Tank, when I see and I go read like little stuff about it, they really be debating. It don't be like, oh, Tank is gonna destroy this guy and all everybody is saying this. No, that should be like real debates. Like, no, this Shakur, this, that. And then not only that, now you see Shakur moving up in weight, he's filling out, he's dropping this dude. He went crazy that last fight. That last fight was like kind of crazy.
Keyshawn further leans towards Shakur in terms of overall ability, highlighting his defensive mastery and technical edge. He expects a competitive, closely contested bout, but ultimately sees Stevenson edging it on points.
I think Shakur will win. Like, I think Shakur got better skill, and of course he's just better defensively. Like, I'm always going with the better skill, the better defensive fighter. Tank's skill is phenomenal, but I just feel like he's offense first. I feel like he's offense first, or I feel like Tank is the type of fighter where he'll either be offensive first, or he's very, 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 very patient, and then just try to catch you slipping. You know what I'm saying? And certain fighters, it's just smart. So I just think Shakur will win that fight. It'll be a hell of a fight, a hard fight, and it's definitely gonna be a split decision. Well, I got Shakur.
However, Shannon Sharp praised Gervonta Davis for his toughness and resilience, noting that he is extremely difficult to stop in the ring. He added that Davis often builds into fights gradually before turning up the intensity and becoming relentless in the later rounds.
One thing about Tank,
He won't go down easy.
he's slow 4 or 5 rounds,
Sure.
but once he
turns it up. Oh man, it's beautiful.
he relentless.
It's
He's
beautiful.
relentless.
In contrast, Terrence Crawford favored Shakur Stevenson over Gervonta Davis, basing his view on technical boxing ability. He acknowledged Davis's explosiveness and power, but suggested Stevenson offers a higher-level stylistic problem inside the ring.
Fighting Canelo was real to you when you was like, oh shit, like this is something I really want to do?
Man, to be honest, I was sitting in the gym and Bill Haney came up to me and he was like, man, forget Spence. He was like, go fight Canelo. And I was looking at him, I was like, man, Canelo way up there. And he was like, no, that's your fight. He was like, Spence ain't your fight, Canelo your fight. He was like, that's the one you need to go after for. So every time I see him, he'd come and be like, Canelo.
Yeah, you know how Bill do it too, yeah.
So every time, I'd be like, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
So every time he say that,
Offering his view, Greg Hackett reacted to a potential matchup that never fully materialized, calling it something the sport almost owed. Due to the stylistic clash, Hackett questioned the refusal, but held back from full judgment, hinting there was more beneath the surface. Still, he implied boxing rivalries rarely stay unresolved.
That's, you know what I mean, that's against the game. Like, you know what I mean, you at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean, you owe the rematch to Lamont for the game, but you owe Shakur for the game just because of the two style matchups. You know what I mean? But if he feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy. It is kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? If he not gonna fight Shakur, and if he's standing on it like, I'm not ever gonna fight you, I'm not doing you no favors. And all right. But then again, you know what? I don't know what them guys got going on. I don't know what they've been through personally. You know what I'm saying? But would I love to see that fight? Hell yeah, I would love to see that fight. And then number 3, you said what? You said retirement. The retirement. Oh, boxing. Boxing. They're around.
On the other hand, Tank promoter Oscar De La Hoya says that Tank is interested in fighting Kid Austin in upcoming September or October.
I'm not sure exactly what position or what Tank Davis is doing, but I did hear he does want to fight third quarter of this year.
So like July is what they were telling me that they would like? Is
September, October.
Kid Austin is also excited and shifts attention toward high-level competition, identifying Gervonta Davis as the real benchmark fight instead of easier opponents. He emphasizes that facing elite names is the only way to earn true respect and prove himself at the top level.
But at the end of the day, it's boxing. You know? I'm just here to give the best fights. You know, I'm young. Tank is the the gatekeeper as far as like holding that belt, that championship. And he's a person I got to go through, you know. I'm not, no disrespect, but I'm not looking to get it through a Lucas Body or somebody that they expect me to beat, because, you know, once you do that, you know, you don't get no credit for that. So, you know, I'm looking to make the best fights happen. And, you know, Tank is one of the best, so I'm ready to get this fight on.
De La Hoya also stated that discussions are expected to progress soon, and if Floyd Schofield Jr. is lined up to face Gervonta Davis, he will work to ensure the fight is made and his fighter is fully prepared.
There will be real talks happening very soon. If Kid Austin wants to go after Tank next, then me as a promoter is what I have to do and get him, right?
Meanwhile, Kid Austin dismissed suggestions of taking a softer route before a potential clash with Gervonta Davis, pointing out that elite fighters often take big risks early in their careers. He emphasized that pursuing the toughest opposition is what ultimately separates good fighters from truly great ones.
I mean, that's Oscar's opinion. I mean, at the end of the day, he was a young fighter also that had to take risks to get to that championship. So, you know, we love Oscar, but, you know, in a form that's kind of being a hypocrite, because if he was fighting right now, he would want that same goal for us. So it's just crazy how people try to downplay the fact that a young fighter is actually daring to be great. So, you know, I'm doing something Shakur and Devin's not doing as far as fighting, you know, the boogeyman of boxing. So, you know, once that day comes, hopefully I get my credit.
Giving his views on this matchup, Keyshawn Davis stated that a fighter like Kid Austin might be moving too quickly into major fights, rejecting that viewpoint. He noted that many boxers at that stage are already experienced and fighting for world-level honors, stressing that opportunities shouldn't be delayed if a fighter is prepared for elite competition.
Yes, I'll give him props for sure. Just like I'm giving Xander props fighting Boots. So yeah, I'll give him some props.
Or would you say it's too soon? Like, because I know they mentioned wanting to fight you.
Y'all keep talking about this too soon. Y'all know these fighters out here been fighting for over 5+ pro, been at 6+ years. Like, these guys are competing for world titles and stuff like that. Y'all keep talking about too soon. And the only reason why I'm saying that, I don't care.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't care.
That's always talks about levels. Levels is not too many levels too quickly.
No.
Okay. Because his own promoter said you wanted one more fighter. Like, you know what I mean?
His
He's
name
a fighter
is Kid,
too, so.
but he ain't no kid, bro. It's my age, bro. Like, he's 26, 27. How long you want to wait till he's 30?
On the other side, Coach Kenny Ellis supported his fighter but raised doubts about whether Floyd Schofield Jr. has ever felt the level of power he would encounter against Gervonta Davis. He noted that no amount of preparation or film study can replicate the reality of being in the ring, where physical pressure and damage feel completely different. Ellis added that it remains uncertain how Schofield would cope under that kind of intensity.
Rocking with my guy, you know.
For sure, but the way you see it, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think if Schofield got experience, he working in the gym. I know he put on a lot of muscle.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he felt you know, spawn and hit with hit, that shit is different. I don't think he felt what he's gonna feel with Tank. Not speaking. Just
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Agree.
Some things he has yet to experience. He might can push through it, but some things you feel in that ring. A lot of these fighters, they watch video clips and they watch his training, but you can't feel it when you're looking at the videos. You can't feel what you're watching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the part, you know, he got to be able to push through. You know, a lot of pain comes with boxing. People don't know that. Pain comes with this, you know, and I have yet to see anybody put Schofield through pain.
Moreover, Gary Russell Jr. suggested that Gervonta Davis would settle into the fight quickly, adapt after the opening rounds, and gradually take command once he reads the situation inside the ring.
Tank fight, he come to get boogie. He come to where if he don't whoop your ass, he gonna knock you out. Same with me. If I'm gonna whoop your ass, or you going out of here. Clean up time. Let's go. Styles like that being clashed against each other, it's gonna be a juicy fight. It's bound to be a juicy fight. Yeah. People's going to tune into it. That's why they really would tune into it, because of the styles. Now that don't need no build up because of the styles.
Russell Jr. further offered his perspective on Gervonta Davis, suggesting he is not a classic technical boxer in the traditional sense. He described Davis as primarily a power-based fighter, though he also acknowledged that he possesses the skill to box effectively when he chooses to use it.
Shakur, he got a different style. He got a surgical style. He's a boxer. You know, he don't get hit. He's not going to get hit. He's going to move. He's going to be smart and obedient. He's not going to try to throw no wasteful shots. And he's not going to take no risk for real with certain fighters. Why? Because it'd be foolish. His job is to win. And if he can do that by playing it safe, he's going to do that. Right. It's not stupid of him. It's smart of him. It's obedient.
That's the breakdown of the debate around Tank's style and how different fighters see him inside the ring. At the end of the day, opinions are split, but the only real answers come when gloves get laced up and the bell rings. If you enjoyed this video, drop your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe for more boxing breakdowns and updates.